So hi and welcome back, and I'm going to do a video on expired film. I've done quite a few expired films in my time, and what I wanted to do is almost like a comparison between films. So I've got some Fuji, some Kodak, some Konica, and I wanted to look at which one for me has actually kept the best over the time. Now, some of these films go back 15, 20 years, others are 10 years old. So it's not like a real in-depth comparison, because obviously they're stored in different ways, and you're going to get different results. However, there's one film that's always stood out to me no matter where I bought it from, and I'll tell you that at the end. But what we're going to do now is go through some of the photos I've taken with the actual films, and then I'm going to do a conversion and show you how a really, really bad negative can be brought back from the dead, as it were. And anyway, hope you enjoy the rest of the video. So I'm just going to go through these, and then I'm going to edit one of the negatives and try and bring it back to life, because when I sometimes buy expired film and I only have it developed and then I wait till I get back and scan them myself, it saves a few quid, but that's about it. So the HTC you've seen, and then there's the Agfa Precisa 100. I've got some Fuji C200, some Fuji Provia Kodak Gold demo. That's my demonstration, and then I've got Kodak Gold 200 and some Konica VX to end with. So these are all colour films, and these are all expired. I'm trying to work out which one is the oldest. It's probably the Konica VX. I'll start with that. I'll start with the Konica VX, and I've only put a few in each of the folders. So let's bring this full size, and you can see the colours are really, really flat. This is not the best of photographs to start with, because obviously it's a bridge that's creamy white, and it's actually got some pink in it, but it's really, really hard to see. And this is the south bank of the River Thames, and I can't remember the name of the bridge, but they did actually film a Doctor Who just over here, so you know. And it goes on to Battersea Park. That's where we were, and I just wanted to show, I think I've got 3 or 4 shots in each folder. So you know I love my reds, and I wanted to see just how good it was at dealing with bright reds. The reds are quite rich and the whites are quite strong as well, but you can still see the grain is quite strong. In the shadow areas, it's kind of going a bit. It's not brilliant. It's nowhere near what it was back in the day. And if I had time travel, I'd probably go back and buy some Konica VX rather than anything else, to be honest with you. It was such a good film, sorely missed. And again, I want to do a shot with the reds and the whites, and if you zoom in, you can see the grain, but you can see what it would have been like with the whites. It's obviously very grainy, so you won't actually see the full impact of what it was like back then. Let's see how many more we've got. We're out on a foggy day, and this one, I think it really works well. The fact that it's expired. I think if I've had a more modern film, I think it would have been a bit different. I think it would have probably been a little bit brighter. Having said that, I know I've told you the story before. I went whale watching once, and I bought this super expensive Fujifilm, I think it was. So I had some home branded film, and it would have been a Frania, and it cuts through the fog better than the expensive film. So don't always think an expensive film you're going to get better in different conditions. Every time that Frania film worked better. It was just a home brand one. I can't even remember where I got it from. I think it may have been the same shop. It was a home branded negative, and this was like a time exposure, and I wanted to get the milkiness in the water, which hasn't kind of worked. And yeah, so you can see from that how well it's come up. It was 20 years expired. I think I overexposed it by 2 stops, as you should do, and the negatives were quite thin, but still got some nice results with it. Let's have a look at the next folder. Okay, so this Kodak Gold 200, yeah, it's kind of, the one thing I will say about it is it's still got vibrant colours, but they're all over the place. I mean, they bring a new word to the meaning green, don't they? So I'm finding this film expired, and I've used it 2 or 3 times expired. I've been given films over the past few years, and I just wanted to show you these ones. But each time I've used them, I found that they're the ones that have the most weird colours. I can't think of the proper name for it, but it's colour shifting, the most strange colour shifting. But I took a few of these and I was going through them, and I think that one, it kind of explains it. You know, it looks like I've used a flash on it. I haven't. I don't think I had the camera with a flash, pop-up flash when I took this, but the colours are kind of like really, really way out there. And again, this is meant to be a white tulip, and it's got like a hue to it. And the greens are really, really, really flat. And yeah, so it's not. And again, another one with the tulips. I was literally going around and just trying it out, seeing what I could get. The thing is with expired film, one is never going to be the same as another, and that's the problem. Even if you buy them together, they could have different problems. And I was picking out on this one orangey tulip at the back. That was the idea of it. It has worked. As I say, the grass is really, really flat and dull. We're looking at, I think it's 10-year expired Provia, and I need to check that. If I can find out what it was, I will let you know, because I think I bought it on eBay. If I can, I'll put it on the screen now. But look at that. It looks like it's a brand new slide film. Absolutely incredible. And then we've got one of the pull door. The whites are really, really crisp. The silver looks spot on. The red looks amazing as well. And this is in the City of London. And we saw these bollards, and I thought it looks really nice with different colours. So I really, really opened up the aperture. It was quite dull, but still come up really, really well with the blues, the whites, the yellows, and the purples as well, and the reds at the top. So yeah, really, really pleased with that. I was just about to say, I don't know if this is one of the Provia photographs, and I'm thinking, oh no, it can't be. I must have done this digitally. But if you look closely at the top, there's some marks on the slide. So it was a slide film. That's not on the background of the actual paper, I can assure you of that. And there's some down here as well. So look at how well that's come up. The whites is just like banging, and the reds are like, those reds pop. They pop. In fact, all the colours pop. Yeah, what a great film. Expired. Has to be one of my favourite films, Fuji C200. I wish I'd have used it more often back when it was the thing, and now it's meant to be Kodak Gold, isn't it? It's just called Fuji 200 now. And these were in a recent video about me photographing. It was early morning near the Barbican Centre, and did quite an extensive video on that with these colours. And I've actually got a photograph of that on my wall now. It's I think it's about an 18 by 12. And this is obviously one of the other estates right next to the Barbican. And I was trying to do this thing where you could only take things and make it look like it was the 1970s or 1980s at best. It kind of worked. And again, another shot of the other side of these buildings. And again, trying to do the same thing and make it look like it was from the 70s or 80s. But I think that over there, that there, yeah, that kind of, yeah, not quite. So we're now on to the Agfa Precisa, CT Precisa. And although they've come up well, there's a colour shift to blue on these, and it's quite distinct. And I got that in every frame. The whites are quite blue. But other than that, you could probably use a photo editor to pull the blue out and to make it flat. But I just basically took photographs of them with my digital camera with a macro lens. Oh, and the slides did look like they were blue when you look at them anyway. So this must have been taken near Valentine's Day. It's one of those post boxes that celebrates someone winning a gold medal at the Olympics in 2012, I believe. And we've also got the Loving Swans. And the reason we have Loving Swans is because Bedford has a river and there's lots of swans. Again, it still has that hue to it, which clearly is because of its age. And this, I think I'll have this as my last one. You can see all the dirt on the actual slide itself. And the whites are really quite punchy on this. And Tesco's Express became Poundland, and Poundland became Empty Shop. So this is all different now as well. It's kind of strange, and it wasn't that long ago either. So I wanted to get a shot of these posters, and the memory's coming back to me now. This was actually taken, this roll was taken expired, and it was actually in a Olympus Trip, if I believe rightly. It was in a compact camera anyway, so you can see just how well they come up. Okay, so just going to finish with one of the HTC, which you saw last week anyway. You can see it was really good at doing browns and greens, but some of the other colours didn't work at all, and it's quite grainy. I'd love to have another go with one of these films. I've seen some on eBay. I may pick some up. So now let's have a look at converting a really bad negative into an image. See what we can do. Okay, so I've just taken one photograph and we're in Affinity Photo. What I'm going to do is just make some adjustments on this negative and just show you the process I go through as I'm doing this. So I just go to adjustments, and then I go to invert the actual negative to a color, and it really looks weird when you do the inversion. Told you. I'm going to leave the dust marks on it anyway. It's just to demonstrate to you what I can do with such a bad negative. So I then go up to the levels and select default, and it's here. I just look at all the different colours, the red, the green, the blue, and literally pull them up to where they meet, where the actual spikes start. And this one isn't too bad because some of them have a peak right at one end, but I tend to ignore that anyway. So I pull up the green, and this really gets really weird. But trust me, it should work. And then go to the blue and pull the blue right up. Now you can just see just how much of color shift we've got on this. It's incredible. And normally what I do is just bring up the gamma slightly, and it looks like, you know, as I call it, Chernobyl green with the background. You can see how far the color shift's gone on this. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. It's been fun for me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in a video in the next few days. So as for what negatives I think hold up the best, I'm now going to have to say Provia because they look so good. But it has to be C200. Every roll of C200 that's been 10 years old, 20 years old, whatever it might be, I've always managed to get some amazing photographs from it. And this one I took, and this is again a poster on my wall. So that's what it is. I think C200 has a really good lifespan on it, many years after its expiry date.